I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Sutton here from the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be talking about how in my last video, which was titled, "The Ravens Won't Go Far in the Playoffs Without This," I laid out exactly what the Ravens needed to do to make a deep playoff run. And in their loss to the Buffalo Bills this past Sunday, we saw why patience and decision-making matter more than ever in this league, especially in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson's playmaking ability is both his greatest weapon and his biggest weakness, and in the divisional round, it ended up being his downfall, to be honest with you. Let's break it all down. Stay tuned. Now look, we all know Lamar Jackson is absolutely special. His ability to create something out of nothing is what makes him one of the most electrifying players in the NFL. But that same ability, it can also be a curse. Think about it, when you are that good at making plays, it's easy to feel like you have to do the most on every single down. And especially in that first half, I think that's what we saw largely against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night. Instead of managing the game, securing time of possession, taking what the defense gives him, and living to fight another down, Lamar tried to force things. Again, this would not be the first time in his career that he's tried to do that. And to be quite frank with you, it cost the Ravens a lot. Let's talk about the turnovers. Lamar's 2 turnovers, an interception and a fumble, were absolute momentum killers for the Ravens. And do you remember what I said in the last video? Teams that win the turnover battle in the playoffs, they win the game nearly 79% of the time. And here's the thing about the NFL playoffs. It's not like the NBA where teams have a 7-game series to recover from a bad outing. In football, every mistake is magnified because it's single elimination. One bad decision, one poorly timed turnover, and your season could be over. There is no, we'll go get him next time. Well, guess what? The Ravens turned the ball over 3 times to the Bills 0. That's a -3 turnover differential. And in a game this tight, you just cannot afford that. After the game, Lamar himself admitted he was trying to, quote unquote, make something happen.
Going back to the fumble, I still got to hold on to the ball. When bad snap, hold on to the ball, just go down. You know, it's a playoff game. Me knowing that, split second, I'm just trying to make something happen, you know, but just go down. I seen it with man coverage. I just didn't get my eyes on the safety. If I got my eyes on the safety, it wouldn't have been no interception tonight, you know.
But see, that's exactly the problem. Instead of trusting his team and playing within the system, he fell into the trap of trying to do too much, too fast, as always. And to be honest with you, that's not how you win playoff football. And I know you're going to look at me crazy for saying trust his team because on the fumble, Tyler Linderbaum had a really bad snap. It went over Lamar Jackson's head. He kind of corralled it, things like that. But on plays like that in the playoffs, I think you have to live to fight another down, especially considering you're on the road in bad weather conditions and the crowd is just absolutely waiting. They're salivating at the chance for you to turn the ball over. But despite the mistakes, the Ravens did have a chance to tie the game late in the 4th quarter. And here's why I got to give Lamar his credit. Lamar led an incredible 88-yard drive, capping it off with a touchdown pass to Isaiah Likely. Might I mention as well, he was throwing to the likes of Steven Sims, Tylan Wallace, and Anthony Miller on that drive. But on the crucial 2-point conversion, we saw Mark Andrews. He dropped the pass, obviously, and the rest is history. Game over. And while that drop was costly, the game never should have gotten down to that moment to begin with. If Lamar and the Ravens had been more patient, more focused on playing smart, mistake-free football, they would not have been in that desperate situation to begin with. Because if you think about it, Josh Allen and the Bills, they played very, very conservative that night. They really didn't do too much at all. I think Josh Allen had 142 yards total. It's nothing compared to what Josh Allen normally does. They literally just sat back and waited for the Ravens to make mistakes and shoot themselves in the foot. It's like that's the Ravens' given identity now, and that's the way to beat them. That's the recipe to beat the Ravens in the postseason. Just sit back, play conservative, don't make mistakes, let them make the mistakes, and win the game at the end. Here's what's crazy. Despite all the turnovers, the Ravens offense was actually moving the ball, especially in that second half. In fact, I don't know if you knew this already, but they did not punt one time the entire game. But it's not just about moving the football. It's about how you manage the game. Sustaining drives, eating clock, and finishing in the red zone. That's how you win playoff games. And instead, the Ravens could not cash in on key opportunities, and their turnovers took away from valuable scoring opportunities as well. And in cold weather playoff games like this, keeping the opposing defense on the field is key. But instead of grinding it out, the Ravens gave the Bills extra possessions in the playoffs, and those mistakes are fatal. So what's the takeaway here? Listen, the Ravens can be a championship team, and Lamar can take them there, but it's going to take a mindset shift. See, the key to playoff games and playoff success is not just about making highlight reel plays, it's about game management, patience, and taking care of the football. And like I said in my last video, Lamar Jackson still has to find that balance, and after this Bills game, it's evident he hasn't found it yet. He has to know when to be the playmaker and when to manage the game. If he can figure that out, the Ravens will be a very dangerous team, but until then, it's going to be more early exits in the playoffs. And what ifs? Anyways, I would love to know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Again, I don't want this to seem like it's like a victory lap type of video where I'm saying like, oh, I knew I was going to be right about this, because listen, I'm a Ravens fan just like you. Maybe you're not a Ravens fan watching this, but I am a Ravens fan and I don't feel happy about the loss. I'm just here to tell you that the same issues that plagued us in years past plagued us again this year. So again, make sure you leave a comment down below on your thoughts, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are new and you enjoyed the content that you witnessed today. Until next time, my name is Sutton Def from the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.